Are we seeing the return of classic old school masculinity?
Young men are seeking out historic social clubs for men, eager for their old school library-like charm. Our next guest is a young influencer building a movement around classic masculinity.
James Lawley is known as Gent Z. He's actually part of the Gentlemen's Collective. Does I have that correct?
That's it, Gentlemen's Collective.
You know, what's really fun, though, is having you join us because there's so many young guys out there that have enough of the, I don't know, man, they just want to be dudes, you know what I mean? They just want to talk sports, they want to get classic, they want to look the part and feel the part, and you're helping to make that happen.
Absolutely, yeah, thank you very much.
What's fun for you, though? Why do you like doing this and seeing young guys in particular become more refined and more polished?
You know, it starts with the style sometimes, or it starts with the more aesthetic things. They get into the suits, they like the James Bonds, they want to live out that life. But then what starts to happen is the way that they move through the world and the way they feel about themselves completely changes. I think we all know if you walk down the street wearing a hoodie and your sweats, you don't feel quite as confident as when you look put together, and everybody treats you differently as a result as well.
You know, we talk a lot on this show about how men have invaded women's locker rooms, but we don't talk enough about how women have invaded men's spaces. I kind of like the idea that this is just for men. So tell me, what does it cost to join? And what if you're not that refined, but you want to be refined? What do you guys do about that in the club?
Absolutely. So we look for the attitude. We look for men that are committed to becoming a better version of themselves. So if somebody resonates with that idea, they can just go to our Instagram, Gentlemen's Collective Official, DM me, Gentleman, and I'll have a conversation with them about where they're at, what they're looking to do. And for people that do become a member, we have events. We give them experiences that help them become that version of themselves, and we even bring in special guests on etiquette.
Master class on how to
Master classes, etiquette, style, all of that kind of stuff.
You're teaching them to be James Bond. Which I was couch a few months ago, and you're talking about modeling it. My question for you, James, is why are we seeing this resurgence in Gen Z men wanting to join these clubs and wanting to be more masculine?
I think that society went so far the other way, especially when I was growing up as a teenager. I didn't see any role models in this domain whatsoever. So you end up looking for something that is missing, and sometimes you have to go to the past a little bit to find that.
We were talking about ages. We're setting this up like it's all Gen Z, but you were saying you take folks of all ages. Tell me about mentorship. I feel like that's something guys are missing.
Absolutely. I think it's a huge part of our members club that we have ages ranging from 18 up to guys in their 70s, actually. And one of the things that they like about that is that a guy in his 20s can find a mentor who is perhaps in his 50s and 60s. Also, for somebody that's older, they enjoy being a mentor. It kind of gives them a zest for life.
What do you actually do in this club?
Well, as you can see from some of the photos, there's a lot of dressing up in suits and smoking cigars and going for nice dinners and having experiences that also, maybe you could do it by yourself, but it wouldn't be the same. You need to have that camaraderie. You need to have a group of like-minded people to enjoy that with.
And just in case people didn't know this, there's a growing number of cities, we're talking about 20 and 30-something guys out there, they're flocking to old world clubs. You know, they're joining the older guard in the locker rooms. Historically, only a handful of people under 40 applied. These days, though, pretty high portion of them in their 20s, which is why we love that you're doing this. This is so exciting.
I see a segment for Adam. We should send Adam to the club and do a segment and see what it's like.
Am I going to mentor or be mentored? I'm right in the middle.
We're doing an event down in Austin in a couple of weeks. You should come along. We'll have some bourbon.
I love it.
Go for barbecue. Yeah.
And the website again?
Sounds like a segment.
Yeah,
that is a tease.
join.gentlemanscollective.co.
The Gen Z, James Lawley.
Thank you.
You're
very
bringing
much
us
for being
so
here.
much hope.
brother.
Always a pleasure. Thank you.